Hello everybody, I am the Black Sigma, or you could just call me Eric, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All. An annoyingly long title to say the whole thing out loud. And in the last episode, we found out Adrian Andrews over here has some motive to murder our victim. Which would be pretty reasonable defense to try and get Matt on guard acquitted. For the sake of Maya. It's true, I am a woman that can only live in insecurity. I'm physically small, and I don't really have a lot of self-confidence. I've pushed against all that, though. I've tried to live strongly. I never wanted anyone to find out the truth. Miss Andrews, this one thing, it's the one thing I wanted to take with me to the grave. It was my secret, mine and mine alone. I'm sorry, but also you have motive for murder. You probably think I'm a worthless human being right now, don't you? Well, I wouldn't say that, but... Please, Ms. Andrews. All I want to know is the truth. After Celeste passed away, I heard that someone had hidden her suicide note. And that someone was Juan Carida. Celeste, without her I became scared. Everyone seemed like they were out to get me. So you got close to Mr. Carida to recover her suicide note, correct? Looks like that tabloid reported the truth after all. Ironic, isn't it? Well, like they say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if they purposely add fuel to the fire, they keep the celebrity world burning. But as for the suicide note, I didn't and wouldn't kill anyone for it. It just doesn't suit me, that's all. Well, that's enough for now. I still have work to do, so... I understand. Oh, I have one small favor to ask. My attempted suicide, I'd like for you to keep it a secret. Ms. Andrews, if people found out about my weakness, I would sooner choose to die than live. Alright, I understand. We'll keep it a secret. Ms. Andrews, guess she's the overthinking type. She probably never says anything without thinking it through carefully first. Thank you for your discretion. Mr. Nick, can I ask you something? What is it? Miss Andrews has been playing with that card in her hand since a little while back. Huh, you're right, Pearl. If only I pointed it out earlier, but didn't understand what it meant. That card? Guess she has. Miss Andrews, what is that card you're holding? Huh? Oh, this? I don't quite know. It just suddenly appeared in my handbag. What is it? It looks like a seashell? That's what it looks like, doesn't it? I honestly don't remember owning this card. I wonder where I picked it up from. Her not remembering something clearly? Sounds like it'd be a rare occurrence. Well, I must be off. I leave Mr. On Guard in your capable hands. Why did you have to air quotes capable? Well, I think we've gathered about all we can. Finally, trial time! But also, that means I have to find Matt innocent or Maya. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright? Oh, Pearls. She looks so worn out by all this. She hasn't slept at all, and has been walking all over the place with me today. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right? Oh, no. I'm okay, really. I'm fine, I really am. You don't look fine to me. Back to the office. So, what now? Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Ms. Andrews has a motive. You mean Ms. Inpax's suicide note? That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever. Shit. It's the transceiver that Killer's talking to me through. Ah, Mr. Nick, the transceiver. Hello, Wright & Co. law officers. Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone. Maya, where's Maya? As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her this whole time. Which is why, I suppose, she is absolutely famished. What? So I suggest you win a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost. Wouldn't you agree? Wait, Maya, let me hear her. Very well. Ask my... Maya, is that you? Sis! Ask my sis! Mia. Ask Mia for help. Maya! Maya! Damn it, he cut me off. Mystic Maya said, ask my sis, didn't she? Sis? What does she mean by that? Come on, Phoenix. Oh. This is her. She's coming in immediately. Come on, Phoenix. You're a hopeless one. Sorry. Mia! I have a message from Maya, so come, ask me anything you want about her. Her situation, how is she? She's safe, for now. That kidnapper is one to keep his word, it seems. Glad to hear she's safe, but Mia, how did you know? As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. I read the note she left. Then I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could. I didn't know you could use spirit channeling like that. Pretty smart of her. The kidnapper, what's he like? I don't know. Apparently Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was drugged there. And? She didn't see the face of her attacker. Ugh. Maya is locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her. When you were with her? Date unknown, time unknown, location unknown. I'm starving. I could really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. Have to stay positive. He said he wasn't going to kill me. I'm not going to die. Sis, wonder if you're with Nick right now. Huh? Someone dropped a card here. It kinda looks like a business card, but there's no name on it. It's a picture of a seashell, I think? What a strange card. There's all sorts of things piled up here, but it's too dark to see. What's this? Feels like there are a lot of glass bottles here. And these, they feel like barrels? I'll pass. Too bad I'm really hungry and not really thirsty. Drat, it's locked. But this door lock seems easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always uses a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. Then click, they magically open the door. Wonder if there's a card like that around here I can use. Ah, the shell card. If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. This might be my key out of here. Had a feeling this card might be useful. I'm such a genius. Alright, now if you'll excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. I did it! Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. I shouldn't keep Nick waiting. Or worried. Oh. Cool, Maya broke out and I don't know about it. That's good to know. At least from a player standpoint. First day of trial. Finally. But this is my only shot. Adrian did it? That's what it looks like. Dude, no way. That woman couldn't do anything like that. In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you. A mountain of evidence? I'm certain there is someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you. Please, Mr. Lawyer. Dude, like I said yesterday, I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, alright? I can't let any sort of scandal ruin that. I understand. Well, it's almost time. Oh, that's the completely wrong voice. I thought Edgeworth was showing up. Mia! We must get a complete acquittal today. I know. But I can't focus on Maya's situation right now. Or Pearl's either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day. Indeed. Well, let's get going. Transceiver. It's him. This is right. Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney. The day of the trial. Maya, she's unharmed, right? Well, when I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, how shall we say, tired? Don't worry, people don't die that easily. Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial. Ugh. For my sake, as well as yours, you must win today's trial. Which is why I sent you a little present this morning. Present? What in the world would you want to give me? You'll figure it out once the trial starts. And even if you don't like my gift, I expect you to graciously accept it and win the day's contest, if you please. Wait! The kidnapper sent me a present? Mr. Lawyer Dude, who was that? No one. It has nothing to do with you, so forget you heard anything. Dude, did your nose just get longer? Ha, Pinocchio joke. I like it on guard, but seriously, now's not the time for this. Court is now in session for the trial of Matt on guard. Are the prosecution and defense ready? The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ready as I can be in this situation. Where's Von Karma? I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Ms. Von Karma? I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me? Your Honor! Please be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session. If you must tell me something, please keep it brief. Now then, what is it? Prosecutor Von Karma has... This morning, Ms. Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman. What? This was the present that the killer left for me. He had Von Karma shot. Jesus. Shot? Somehow, I think this is the present that man was talking about. His present. Ms. Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she were to disappear, would be to your advantage. This is totally insane. Ms. Von Karma, is she alright? I don't have that answer. She's alive and in stable condition. That's good. Food. You're? I thought he'd show up. Your Honor, due to the circumstances, Ms. Franziska Von Karma will not appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place. The prosecution is ready. Naturally. Ms. Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery. Ah, like father, like daughter, shot in the shoulder. Terrible joke. Luckily, I have looked this case over and am familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matt on guard. The court acknowledges the prosecution. Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer. Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. Witness, your name and occupation? My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm a detective down at the precinct. For now. For now? After this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir. Detective Gumshoe? The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes, sir! Now, let's have your testimony. If we want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with that. Get ready, Phoenix. This is going to be one very rough fight. Yeah, it would have to be with Edgeworth as my opponent. The answer he was struggling for. Interesting. Show me this answer you finally found, Edgeworth. Okay. This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes award ceremony, sir. The victim, Juan Carrera, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. At first we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room. Yes, sir. Both the victim and the defendant went alone to their rooms, sir. I see. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Well, nothing seems out of the ordinary to start with, but let's start pressing every statement. Would you please give us a brief timeline of what happened after the ceremony? Okay, pal. Started at 6 p.m, ended around 8 p.m. Then there was a short break. Special post-ceremony show was supposed to start in the lobby 30 minutes later. That's when the victim's body was found, correct? Which is to say, the murder occurred during that 30-minute break period. Please continue with your testimony, detective. The person who discovered the victim's body was Adrian Andrews, correct? Yeah. Who is this Adrian Andrews you're talking about? She's the defendant, Mad on Guard's manager. She's a really pretty lady, sir. Ah, so she's a pretty lady. I wonder if she will grace us with her presence. When the post-ceremony show was about to start, she went to get Mr. On Guard. After visiting his room, she next went to the victim's room to get him for the show, sir. I see. And that's when she found the victim's body? Believe he was murdered. The cause of death, wasn't that because Mr. Corrida was stabbed in the chest? Only a careless amateur would believe something different, pal. Take a good look at the crime photo. Now a real pro's attention would be drawn here, to this bandana. Banana? His bandana, sir. That's the thing wrapped tightly around his neck, sir. Ah, yes, I see. His banana-scented bandana. Then what about the knife? Seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death. We have a crafty murderer on our hands here. Strangled with a scarf, then stabbed with a knife. Okay, that's different. Couldn't find the guitar at the scene of the crime. The only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victim's. I see. So the guitar wasn't, or seemingly wasn't, stolen by someone else. However, we later found out the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. What convinced you that it had nothing to do with it? The guitar wasn't at the Gatewater Hotel that night. Well then, where was it? The bright red guitar was eventually found at the TV studio. The victim, Juan Corrida, had apparently only taken the case with him, sir. You mean he forgot to put his guitar inside the case? Yes, sir. Even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar. So the guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel. Yeah, that's right, so it really had nothing to do with the case after all. I don't believe that. I believe that is enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana. Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to my next point. Why then did the police arrest Matt on Guard? Because there was reason enough to suspect him. Here it comes. Looks like Edgeworth's back in full swing. Very well, Detective Gumshoe, please testify about this matter. Yes, sir. So, Matt on Guard and Juan Corrida were huge rivals with each other. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, there's the Jammin' Ninja's button. was ripped off of the ninja costume and was found in Mr. On Guard's hakama. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. The defendant brought the knife for the crime, which means this is a premeditated murder. So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing. It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out really clearly, sir. And there's this button. That was found in the defendant's clothes, was it? This button also covered in blood. It is. Yes, and we know that the blood on it is the victim's blood, sir. What? All of this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it? Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. Ready to give in yet, right? I'll find the hole in your argument somehow. You can press as hard as you'd like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions. Pointless. Okay. They were huge rivals. In terms of popularity, On Guard was more popular. Okay. On Guard beating Kurita in popularity polls, which means he wouldn't have murdered to kill his lesser. Yes, I quite agree. Well, Detective, it's not, well, I guess if you put it that way, then yeah, the defendant would have had no motive. Detective, I'm beginning to see why you were fired. No, not you too, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. I look forward to your pension negotiations. No! Now, Detective, let's continue with the testimony. No, not my poor pension, too. Detective, if you value your money, I suggest you proceed. Yes, okay. So, any proof the button belonged to the victim? Any evidence to back up the fact it was ripped off the jamming ninja's costume? Anyone could have smeared that blood on there afterward. Mr. Edgeworth, help me, sir. Knew it had to be this piece of evidence. Now to reel this one in. Thread. Huh? The button was attached to the costume by thread, obviously. And that thread snapped when the button was torn off. If you match up the ends of the thread on the costume with the thread on the button, it's a perfect match. Yeah, that's it, they're a perfect match, pal. Ugh. That's Edgeworth for you. Never misses a beat. Okay. When was this button found? Pretty soon after the body was found, rounded up everyone who knew him, did a search, found the button, almost immediately after the murder. The police didn't have the free time to lollygag and play tricks, unlike some people. Hey, what do you see trying to say about me here? Defendant's fingerprints all over the knife. How were they arranged? What do you mean, pal? By examining the fingerprints, you can determine how the defendant held the knife. For example, did he hold it normally or overhand? Oh, is that what you meant? Well, we didn't actually think of that. I can't believe the bumbling of this department. Hopeless. Were you paying attention to the testimony right? The defendant's fingerprints were all over the knife. There is no way to determine how the knife was held at the moment of the murder. So the defendant... Is the defendant the owner of this knife, then? There's no way this was a premeditated murder, even if he brought the knife. Sorry, pal, this isn't some pocket knife. Doesn't fold, so it's not great for walking around with either. Well, this is not good. If the prosecution can prove it was a premeditated murder, we're done for. Phoenix. Yes? There's something very interesting about what the detective said just now. Think carefully before it's too late. Button covered in the victim's blood, and a knife covered with on-guard's fingerprints. Be grateful. If the judge were more rash, he would have already pounded his gavel in closing. Still in a world of trouble? Well, before any battle, you must find your enemy's weakness. So let's find the weakness in this testimony, no matter how small it may be. Okay, Phoenix? So what you're telling me is that there is an outright contradiction here somewhere. A small one, but a contradiction nonetheless. Okay. If it was a premeditated murder, why would he use a knife that he took from the hotel? Because it's clear that this knife was from the hotel. It matches their design, and looking at the evidence, it has the hotel's name on it. It's the only contradiction I've got. And I'll object here in the next episode. See you in that one. Bye.